Would everyone please stand and join Andy Myers in singing our national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon. Faculty, students, parents and relatives, alumni, distinguished guests, and friends of the university. I am delighted to welcome you to the 175th Commencement of the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. This year is the 139th anniversary of the founding of the first normal school in the state of Wisconsin. That was the birth of what has become to be known as the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. During these 139 years, over 42,000 students have received their degrees from this outstanding institution. Those students came to UWP not only from our state and the nation, but from countries around the world. Like today's graduates, they chose to attend UWP based on our reputation for high-quality education, dedicated students, and knowledgeable and caring faculty and staff. This afternoon, over 450 degrees will be conferred. We are especially delighted that a number of our students who have graduated from our online programs and from our collaborative program with UW-Fox Valley have joined us today. We hope that you enjoy this ceremony and your time on the campus. We invite you and your fellow graduates to return to the campus often, and particularly every October at homecoming. We do hope that you're here. Commencement is a celebration. It's a celebration of accomplishment, of success. It is a time for the students, faculty, family, and friends to remember, to reflect, and to anticipate the future as you, as candidates, accept your degrees and your new role as alumni of this institution and begin a new phase of your life. The graduating senior chosen to deliver the valedictory address today is Miss Bellany Bauer. Bellany is a Southwest Wisconsin native who has already ventured far from home. During her undergraduate career, she has completed international studies experiences in London and in Australia. Delaney graduates today with a degree in mechanical engineering. She has been active in Tau Beta Pi Honor Society and the Society for Women in Engineering. Additionally, she has assisted with Women in Engineering Career Days and with the Pioneer Previews programs. We wish Delaney the very best as she moves to Illinois and joins Chicago Bridge and Iron in their engineering training program. Ms. Delaney Bauer.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all comfortable out there. Some say college is the best years of our lives, and I agree. Taking off on your own for the first time, buying your own groceries, paying your own bills, and eating cereal for every meal. These are the same reasons why college is also one of the toughest times of our lives. Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right." Of course, Henry Ford never tried to survive an entire semester on ramen noodles and Bud Light. But generally speaking, he's right. What Henry failed to mention was that you can't do it alone. As we sit here today in our gowns and tassels, we need to remember the people who helped us on our journey. Firstly, our professors. They're not only our educators, but a preview into our field of study. The ones whose anger reveals itself when we don't live up to our potentials, and the ones who talk us down from a ledge when our own frustrations show through. The ones who call us out when they know we have the answers, and the ones who gently guide us down the path to a solution. To the ones we despise for their impossible tests, but later respect for their ability to make us remember, on behalf of the graduates, thank you. Secondly, it's important for us to realize the support received from those who are not dressed in black today. All of the weekend laundry and the fresh-baked cookies, all of the calls to remind us to change our oil or pay our bills, and all the $20 bills that have been slipped into our pockets have not gone unnoticed. As you look into the stands, you'll realize that these diplomas we earn today are as important to those folks as they are to us. But the most influential people here today are the ones sitting next to you. Every single semester, there comes a point where every student says, "Forget it, I quit. This is not worth it." But after a long night down on 2nd Street, contemplating our future with our friends, we drag ourselves out of bed just in time for our 8 o'clock class the next morning. Maybe it's persistence, maybe it's fear of failure that keeps us returning, but more than likely it was knowing that the people we spend every day with are going through the exact same thing, and they weren't going to let us fail. Around the middle of last semester, while a group of us were studying for a test, one of the guys jokingly suggested that the 5 of us sitting around the table start our own business together. Honestly, I really like this idea. If I could round up all the people that I've gone through the classes with and struggled with for the last 5 years and take them into industry with me, I would. I think that what we take for granted is that we're taking much more than our degrees with us today. Look around you. You will collide with this amazing network of UWP alumni throughout your career. They're in every aspect of industry, service, and society. No matter where you go around the country, there will be an ex-pioneer to share stories about a savvy old professor or to tell you the truth about what happened when they shut down the school because of snow. We have programs that rival some of the largest universities around, but we have something they don't. We have a tightly knit network of people who are proud to have come from UWP. Earlier this year, a professor said to me, one of my classes, "Believe it or not, but you're among the most intelligent people in the world." I looked at the guy sitting next to me and started laughing hysterically. The truth behind this statement astounds me. As I glance across the crowd in front of me, I recognize that our generation is unlike any before it. I see students who have traveled to and from all corners of the world. I see humanitarians who spend their spring breaks building houses for families they don't know. I see soldiers who are graduating a few semesters behind schedule after serving their country. I see scholars who are reaching beyond the boundaries of convention without fear. Mostly, I see idealists, a young generation unwilling to give up hope. May we never forget the social responsibilities that come with the education that we have, an education that's unattainable to a lot of the world's citizens. A lot of you think of Platteville as a small town in a very rural part of Wisconsin. Of course, where I come from, any town with a gas station and a Walmart is a city. But regardless of your view of Platteville, it's been the scene for some very important years of your life. So after you finish your last final next week, after you hand in your last lesson plan, make one final trip to the UWP farm, or put down your TI-89 one last time, after you have your last giant M&M cookie from the Student Center, remember the dynamic experience you had here. Don't forget all the hard work and the long nights of studying, but also remember the fun times and the long nights of partying. They say that education is what is left behind after what's been learned has been forgotten. I've heard that college graduation is a passage into adulthood. And some people look very forward to the responsibilities and the freedoms that come with that. I, on the other hand, get filled with anxiety and fear. Whenever anyone mentions it, I usually start singing that Toys R Us theme song. But I'm beginning to realize that adulthood is just a label. Just remember that tomorrow you'll only be one day older than you were today. But for those of you who've been looking forward to it, congratulations, you're officially grown-ups. So after 4 or 5 years, some of you 6 or 7 years, of caffeine addiction, sleep deprivation, and information overload, I hope you go into this world with confidence, because for you, success is inevitable. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Delaney. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Linda Pauls Fleming, today's principal speaker. It is indeed our pleasure to have Linda, a 1973 accounting graduate of UWP, return today to deliver the commencement address. Linda has over 30 years of accounting and financial management experience. She is currently the Chief Financial Officer, Secretary, and Treasurer is Evra-Gen Biosciences in Madison. Linda is an active and involved Pioneer alumna. She has served on the UW-Platteville Foundation Board of Directors since 1999. She is a member of the Executive Committee and chairs the Budget and Operations Committee. Her expertise is very important to all of us. Linda, thank you for the time and your expertise as you share and contribute and give back to your university. And we welcome you to share a few words with our graduates.
Thank you, Chancellor, and good afternoon, fellow Pioneer graduates, distinguished faculty, and family and friends. It goes without saying how honored I am to be speaking with you today. It's of course overwhelming to speak in front of such a large crowd, even as an old person. But I had an emergency root canal actually on Thursday, and my sister told me the reason was to remind me that there are worse things than giving a speech. That's still open for debate. To be honest, it feels quite strange to be speaking here today, as it truly does seem like just yesterday that I was leaving Platteville on the same journey that you are about to enter, full of the same excitement and apprehension about what lies ahead. Granted, many things were different back then. Richard Nixon was president. The cost of a new home averaged $35,000. A gallon of gas cost 39 cents. And on terrible Tuesdays on 2nd Street, a beer cost just 10 cents. But although economic times and many things on campus are different from 1973, I suspect many of our campus experiences and emotions of the heart at graduation are very much the same. If you haven't already, you will soon find yourself thinking and describing your Platteville experience as, "Those were the days." The opportunity of receiving a quality education on this beautiful campus, the opportunity of participating in the many diverse campus activities, and the opportunity of building endearing lifetime friendships are the many things we and all of the other graduates of this great university recognize and share. I have to tell a personal story that I think exemplifies the uniqueness of this campus, of this academic experience. Once we had arranged for me to speak today, Barb Dawes, the Chancellor's assistant, asked if there were any special faculty that I remembered that I would like them to invite to hear me speak today. I, of course, laughed, as you would, and said, "Gosh, I remember a few, but I have no idea where they are, and I'm certain they wouldn't remember me 32 years later." Barb pressed me a bit, so I thought of one. I offered my old accounting professor and advisor, Dennis Knutson. I remember Dennis as a good guy and a great professor who had some influence on me getting through the accounting program here. So sure enough, somehow Barb tracked him down, and I got an email from Dennis saying something to the effect that, of course he remembered me. I was one of the few students that ever talked him into changing a grade. That apparently scarred him for life. As a professor, you probably all know that. So I'm absolutely thrilled that Dennis drove all the way down here from his home in northern Wisconsin to be here today. Dennis, would you please stand? I use Dennis as my prop as I think he exemplifies the type of educational experience our graduates have here at Platteville. It's first of all amazing that he would actually remember me 32 years later, and I know that if it weren't for professors like Dennis that encouraged me and apparently changed my grade, I would not have had the type of professional opportunities that I have had. So while we shared many similar college experiences as students, we now share in using those experiences as a launching pad into our careers and lives. Having been through a significant part of my own journey, I thought I would share perspective on 5 of my top lessons learned about this life journey, which are based on themes you've heard before. Lesson number 1, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. What an amazing road you have ahead, full of promise, opportunity, and of course, plenty of challenge. We all know people that have resigned themselves to a sort of miserable complacency about their destiny. I believe we all have a life purpose. That purpose may be as a parent of a particular career path or pursuing a political or social cause. But whatever that purpose, it promises joy and fulfillment if pursued. Consider your talents as gifts and accept the responsibility to put those gifts to work in productive and positive ways. Successful people keep at the process of creating themselves, continuing to integrate new insights and discoveries are part of that creation process. The same theme as the message I recently found in a fortune cookie that said, "A diamond is a piece of coal that stuck with the job." As you journey through this process, I encourage you to stay flexible in your career and in your lives. Use your instincts and intuition to recognize opportunities when they are presented to you and know when to hold them and when to fold them. I use the example of my own career path. As an elementary education major in my early college years, I had my first classroom experience as a second semester sophomore and learned within an hour I would frankly be a miserable teacher. I think I literally ran back to the dorm, opened the school catalog, and started with the A's, looking for a new major. Top of the list was accounting. I didn't even know what it was, but I found out, and of course that's where I stayed. Fortunately for the School of Agriculture, it worked out because that was next on the list. Your intuitions and instincts will guide you. Build on your experience until you find what truly makes you happy. The success I have had has not been driven by any sort of special intelligence or particular skills, but by a passion and excitement about what I do. Find the work you love to do, commit yourself to being the best at it, and your rewards will follow. Lesson number 2, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's mostly small stuff. There is a saying that reads, "Accept that some days you are the pigeon, and some days you are the statue." It's easy to get caught up with negative thinking, who you've been wronged by, who doesn't like you, who's doing what that annoys you. Learn to focus on the positive relationships in your life, and each and every day, think about what you have been blessed with. Lesson number 3, a meaningful life is more about relationships than power or possessions. It's hard to see today when you've been a struggling student for so long and look longingly towards your first paycheck. But as the book Tuesdays with Maury describes, no matter how successful you become, you will learn that neither money or power alone will provide you a meaningful life. Focus on what you have and you will always have enough. Focus on what you don't have and you will never have enough. A fulfilled life is one that not only has a healthy network of family and friends, but is also devoted to the broader community. I have learned there is nothing more satisfying than giving your time and resources to lighten the burden of a challenged community. My husband and I have tried to carve out time over the years for various community volunteer work. One of our more significant commitments was to serve as a mentor for a challenged teen. Our particular student grew up in a foster home with elderly foster parents and limited access to transportation or social activities. We started seeing her when she was in her early teens and continue a special relationship with her 10 years later. While we often had to reprioritize our schedules to spend time with her, we stayed with her, hoping we were impacting her life in a positive way. There was nothing more satisfying than having her present an award to us at an annual banquet for the sponsoring agency when she said we had been her best friends since the day that she met us. There are so many ways in which you can make an impact on the community. Use the gifts you have been given to help in meaningful ways. An extension of that community responsibility is our responsibility as graduates of this great institution to the promotion of education. This university has been blessed with the generosity of its alumni. This past homecoming, I attended a couple of alumni facility dedications, both the John Barth Sports Complex and the Jerry and Fran Cooper Living and Learning Center. These were such powerful examples of the generosity of our alumni and the respect this campus has from its alumni. While we can't all make those significant of contributions, even more modest support is an important difference in supporting the scholarships and program offerings of this great campus. Lesson number 4. Things work out best for those who make the best of the way things work out. This is, to me, the foundation of positive people, the ability to make the best out of any challenge that is presented. All of us have been touched by people in our day-to-day lives that accept the challenges that are presented, meet them head-on, and move on with grace. As Lou Holtz said, life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. Our greatest inspirations are generally found within our family. Mine is my mother, who became a single parent of 7 children at age 31 when I was born. Although always working several jobs to raise her family, I don't recall her ever asking for help or pity for her challenging life. Severely impaired by a stroke at age 58, she continued to find ways to have a productive life, learning to sew and crochet with one hand to make beautiful gifts for her family and friends. Look around at the inspirations in your life, learn from them, and adopt a can-do spirit. Lesson number 5, enjoy the simple things. There aren't enough big things. As you begin this exciting journey, I remind you not to overlook life's many small joys while searching for the big ones. You are all blessed with family that loves you more than they can tell you, and precious friendships, including those formed here at Platteville. Take time for those relationships. They are critical pieces in the evolution of who you are. Enjoy the beauty and simplicity of simple kindnesses, and keep simplicity in your relationships. As Oprah Winfrey has said, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. Close friends and family have beautiful souls. Treasure them and keep them close. In conclusion, may you carry with you, as I do, fond memories of this beautiful campus in Southwest Wisconsin and the wonderful people and friends you have met here. You'll find there are none better. I wish you strength, much happiness, and good fortune. Live well and with peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Each year, our faculty and the Alumni Association recognize alumni who have brought honor to the university. Since our alumni include winners of the Nobel and Pulitzer Prizes, members of the U.S. Congress, Wisconsin Legislature, presidents of major corporations, the choices are never easy. Today, we honor 3 of our outstanding recent alumni as models for this graduating class and in recognition of their achievements. I will introduce the honorees. Each will stand as I do so. I will ask that you hold your applause until all are introduced. Biographies of the honorees are in your commencement program. The first couldn't be with us today, Mr. Rob Jeter, class of 1991. Rob earned his degree in business administration and in his master's in adult education at UW-P. He is hard at work as we speak. He has a game this evening with Green Bay. As you know, he's the head coach of the UW-Milwaukee Panther basketball team. He's one of the youngest Division I basketball head coaches in the country and a dear friend of the institution. The second person, Mr. Darren Stanke, class of 1990. A civil engineering graduate, Darren is vice president of Zenith Tech. He provides the leadership to the Mosinine office of Zenith Tech, which serves heavy industrial clients in northern Wisconsin and Michigan. An example of this current work of his team, the bridges for the Highway 29 and Highway 53 improvement projects in the Eau Claire area. The third, Miss Angela Rule Udelhoven, class of 1992. Angela earned degrees in broadcast technology management and agricultural economics at UW-P. Angela is our Director of Admissions and Enrollment Services. She has responsibility for all the facets of recruitment and admissions to this university. Angela has provided leadership in the successful implementation of UW-P's Tri-State Initiative and Enrollment Growth Plan. Our congratulations and appreciation to each of you. Your accomplishments have brought honor to you and to your alma mater. In 1986, the UW-Platteville Foundation, the organization that seeks support for UW-Platteville, established the Distinguished Service Award. This award recognizes individuals, families, organizations, or businesses that have significantly served the university. Today, we honor 3 individuals. And as I introduce them, I ask that 3 of you stand. I will ask everyone else to hold their applause until they've been introduced. William and Mary Lou Broski. The Broskis have a significant and extensive association with Southwest Wisconsin and UW-P. Bill is a retired cheesemaker from Rui. He is a non-traditional student. He was a non-traditional student at UW-P, earning his degrees in 1977 and in 1980. Mary Lou is a retired elementary school teacher, having served the Lancaster School District for 20 years. The Broskis have worked tirelessly to internationalize the region and our campus. They are both campus active volunteers. Bill serves on the foundation board, and Mary Lou provides leadership for the Platteville Friends of International Students. As well, they have introduced a support program that will help scholarship students to travel abroad and assist with their growth and development. We're very excited about doing this for them. And the next person is Jack Kinchy. Jack is, and has always been, an enthusiastic pioneer. He had a distinguished career with the CIA before returning to his native Wisconsin. Jack has served also on the foundation board and provides invaluable leadership and assistance in expanding the number of people who know about and are associated with this university and the foundation, and in developing the resources that this institution needs to make it a better place. Our sincere appreciation to all 3 who have given so unselfishly of their time, talent, and resources for the advancement of this university. Thank you. Ms. Deborah Putnam, President of the UW-Platteville Alumni Association, will now announce the Lifetime Pioneer Awards. Ms. Putnam?
Chancellor Marquis, Provost, University Deans, faculty and staff, families and guests of today's graduates. On behalf of the UW-Platteville Alumni Association, it is indeed my pleasure and my honor to congratulate you, the December 2005 commencement class, and your families on your graduation today. With this ceremony, the university is in its 139th year of existence as an institution of higher learning, and you have now become a part of its history and traditions. One of UW-Platteville's great traditions is our faculty, and we of the Alumni Association once again wish to thank the dedicated faculty for their integrity and devotion in educating the young men and women of this university. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. To the graduates, it is our hope and desire that you will continue your involvement with UW-Platteville by becoming members of the Alumni Association. I know that many of you have already joined the association, and we would like to see you all as active alumni. We hope that you will participate in many of the activities that we sponsor and that you will return to campus often. We also ask that you show your pride in the degree that you received today. At each commencement, the Alumni Association recognizes graduates for their outstanding academic, personal, campus, and professional achievements by awarding them a life membership in the UW-Platteville Alumni Association. For this semester, we have selected 5 individuals as recipients. I will introduce them alphabetically, and I ask that you hold your applause until they all have been introduced. I ask the recipients to please stand and remain standing until all are introduced. Megan Adams is a communication technology management major from Rochester, Minnesota. Ricky Green. Ricky is an electrical engineering degree from South Milwaukee, Wisconsin. James Lowell. James is receiving his industrial engineering degree and is from Franklin, Wisconsin. Andrew Myers. Andrew is a communication technology management major from Belleville, Wisconsin. And Candace Opus. She will receive her environmental engineering and Spanish major degrees. She is from Trenton, Wisconsin. Congratulations to each of you. In closing, be Platteville proud. Thank you, and remember your dedicated families, faculty, and staff who have helped you reach this goal in your lives. Whether you realize it or not, at this very moment, we all have a common bond. Again, congratulations to you, the graduates, and their families. Enjoy the rest of your day.
When James R. Underkoffler retired as president and CEO and chairman of the board of Wisconsin Power and Light, the company presented a $250,000 endowment to the University of Wisconsin system to fund awards to recognize excellence in undergraduate teaching by faculty members at institutions in the WP&L, now Alliant Energy service area. This year, one UWP faculty member is being honored with this prestigious award. A brief description of his teaching service is included in your program. I ask that you join me in recognizing UWP's 2005 Underkoffler Excellence in Teaching Award recipient, Dr. Mark R. Shellstrom, Professor of Industrial Studies. Mark is well known among the students, alumni, and industry for his expertise in teaching, building construction management, and technology education. I will ask the provost to now come to the podium.
We are extremely proud of all of our graduates and will shortly recognize each of them. However, I would like to give special recognition to a group who have distinguished themselves throughout their academic careers. The undergraduate students graduating with academic honors are designated with asterisks in the commencement program and are wearing gold honor stoles. With those individuals who have received highest honors and are graduating summa cum laude, please rise and remain standing. These individuals have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.75 and a perfect 4.0. Now with those individuals who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude, please rise and remain standing. These individuals have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.5 and 3.74. Please join me in acknowledging the accomplishments of this very special group. Now would all of the individuals who are about to receive the bachelor's and master's degrees please stand. Mr. Chancellor, as provost, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed the curricula prescribed by the university faculty for the degrees of Master of Science, Master of Science in Education, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Science, and are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula prescribed.
Upon this certification by the provost that you have completed the requirements established by the university faculty for the various degrees, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the University of Wisconsin system, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree which you have earned, together with all of the rights and privileges attending thereto. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the deans now present the degree recipients?
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, and representing the college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture. Will the recipients please come forward?
Veronica Vasilyevna Redding. Megan B. Adams. Amanda Marie Ellert. Sarah Elizabeth Anderson. Paul Duane Apple. Nicholas James Baldwin. Matthew Thomas Bauer. Jeffrey Edward Baumberger. Christopher William Bites. Andrew Allen Benning. Robert William Bird. Jill Biscoe. Jacqueline Ann Blackburn. Brandon William Blanc. Amy Marie Bonjean. Christopher Kim Bowman. Amy Ray Carlson. Joanna L. Carlson. Matthew Harrison Coley. Levon C. Crawford. Mark Leo Crowley. Tara Marie Daniels. Corey Ann Digman. Rashawn Jason Dunn. Jared Brian Ely. Kimberly Julie Enders. Jenny Lynn Enlow. Bobby Joe Esser. Erica Colleen Flannery. Nathan D. Fossbinder. Eric James Gambarini. Brandon Rodney Gill. Craig William Glaudemans. Curtis James Goodman. Casey Lynn Gray. Jonathan Eric Green. Jimmy Harris. Victoria K. Height. Kevin Joel Heimerdinger. Travis J. Heller. John Henry Hickey. Brian Curtis Hilmer. Jeffrey Edward George Hodge. Leah Marie Holmes. Cortez E. James. Aaron Lee Jensen. Christine Lynn Keener. Abby Brooke Keeler. Jennifer Louise Klein. Jacqueline Joe Keller. Sally Jane Crookton. Michael Kenneth Kroll. Thomas Robert Langer. Jennifer Lynn Langmeyer. Laura Lynn Lofink. Jessica Ann Lund. Travis John Lynn. Stuart John Martin. Kara Dawn Massingill. Jennifer Lynn McLean. Christopher C. Muston. Andrew Rolfe Myers. Nicholas J. Nice. Eugene R. Nemitz. Ryan Thomas Niermeyer. Tommy Joel Niffeniger. Nicholas Thomas Awesome. Brooke L. Olson. Ryan Patrick O'Toole. Corinne Marie Perkins. Cara Lee Phillips. Katie Ann Rebman. Michael Allen Rogenbuck. Emily Elizabeth Rundy. Christopher Patrick Ryan. Jessica Ann Sam. Edmund William Schott IV. Russell Paul Schneering. Bethany Diane Schultz. Jared D. Schultz. James Michael Surway. Robert John Schertzma. Johnny Michelle Skinner. Mark Andrew Stafford. Sarah Marie Stafford. Katie Lynn Sternke. Jason Charles Studnichka. Joshua Gregory Swart. Megan Marie Tank. Nicholas Leo Tetzloff. Jacqueline Maxine Timmerman. Eric N. Tranel. Christy Diane Eaker. Thomas J. Uppana. C. Maxfield Vandemark. Chai Vang. Courtney Jean Vogel. Catherine Elizabeth Wall. Sandra Ann Wallner. Marcia Lee Warren. Elizabeth Allison Wasco. Matthew Herbert Wiehausen. Nicholas James Weidert. Mary Jean Welch. Jeffrey John Winkus. Jeff M. Wilszewski. Jack Robert Williams. Jessica Rita Whipperfirth. Jessie Rose Wonderland. Francis Xavier. Marcy Lynn Zimmerman. Nicholas Coleman Zurich.
On behalf of the faculty and staff, congratulations and best wishes. You may be seated.
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science and representing the college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. Will the recipients please come forward?
Delaney M. Brewer. Matthew L. Headland. Stephanie A. Anderl. Sean Michael Anders. Andrew Azaretanacule. Kristen Marie Ball. Derek Allen Barton. Mark Daniel Bain. David Charles Bell. James Christopher Beavers. David James Biddick. Mark Stephen Blair. Erin Kathleen Boland. Ellen R. Bongert. Daniel John Borkhart. Kent Stephen Brown. Aaron Dale Christ. Joshua Micah Cornell. Dan Jonathan Davis. Matthew Christopher Diamaccio. Ashley Dentisi. Sarah Elizabeth Effinger. Okay. Dustin Mark Falkenberg. Jonathan David Fisher. Joseph Michael Fisher. Rich F. Forster. Cassandra J. Fox. Jeffrey A. Freebull. Corey Juan Garcia. Alan Michael Gardebrecht. Sarah Leanne Gasser. Brett Charles Gelderman. Aaron Robert Irwin Jeetzel. Jesse James Gleason. Adam L. Gunnering. Daniel Albert Gray. Ricky Joel Green. Amy E. Harms. Kyle L. Hemp. Samantha Marie Heyer. Douglas John Hickok. Amy Jo Hicks. Matthew David Hilmer. Jenna Dawn Huffman. Ryan Robert Hurst. Micah Robert Hudak. James Ryan Hiddle. Paul Joseph Hiddle. Oliver Franklin Hughes. Crystal Ann Imhoff. Theron Paul Jacobson. Nicholas T. Jansen. Arjun Nels Johnson. Christopher Thomas Cabot. Corey James Kaiser. Jesse Lynn Casper. Robert S. Keys. Brad Allen Koenigs. Cheng Wong Ryan Lam. Timothy Roger Lammers. James Allen Lowe. Andrew M. Lewick. Jacob Luft. Jonathan James McCauley. Rebecca Lynn Maratz. Brendan McGovern. Alyssa Lynn Meyer. Bradley Robert Myers. Justin Dale Mitchell. Rebecca Sue Nestigan. Angela Lee Newbert. Eric Andrew Odegaard. Mark Allen Odegaard. Jonathan Frederick Oliver. Amy Elizabeth Olson. Candace Lynn Opitz. Andrew Michael Owen. Bartholomew Olaf Pedretti. Craig C. Peterson. John William Peterson. Brian Gordon Reese. Kittrick Thomas Reese. Lindsay Louise Rogers. Christopher Michael Ramos. Anthony Edward Ronchka. Matthew Brian Rude. Kristen Jennifer Rudy. Jeffrey Edward Rundy. Christina Marie Sawyer. Kevin Thomas Schaub. Brandon Scott Sheely. Christopher Thomas Shaneman. Corey Robert Shue. John Allen Slager. Michael Thomas Smith. Brandon John Spielman. Alexis Ann Straka. Andrew Craig Swanson. Jonathan Robert Tyson. Sean Joseph Van Offren. Katrina Ann Van Sanford. Ryan A. Vesperman. Robert John Vivian. Jacqueline F. Wadzinski. David Brian Walbrun. Sarah Catherine White. Scott Lee Whitsett. Christopher Daniel Williams. Micah James Zart. Nathan Alexander Zastro.
On behalf of the faculty, congratulations and best wishes for a happy and prosperous life. You may be seated.
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education and representing that college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education. Will the recipients please come forward?
Rebecca Lynn Feigl. Darla Joy Alexander. Leanne Marie Austinson. Courtney Ann Brooks. Sherry Lynn Baker. Daniel Lee Barbian. Kenny A. Bartz. Lauren Elizabeth Block. Nicholas G. Bradley. Heidi Elizabeth Bredesen. Carrie Ray Brisky. Lindsay K. Brockmeyer. Jody Lynn Budden. Heidi Marie Carden. Angela Lynn Cartwright. Aaron Raymond Kura. Carrie Jean Dahlberg. Dwayne Garrett Daly. Jennifer Lynn Dixon. Holly Marie Downs. Courtney Lynn Egan. Tracy Lynn Furnett. Rebecca Jane Fish. Shane William Freiberger. Matthew Douglas Gabrielson. Natasha Kathleen Geyer. Sean Patrick Gorman. Aaron Joshua Grancy. Renee Lynn Gretz. Kendall James Harker. Amy Lynn Hertrum. Zeb Alberton Hubner. Joshua James Jensen. Joshua H. Kriesel. Cassie Rebecca Kutchenreiter. Erica A. Lamb. Karen Teresa Lang. Katie Ann Lawver. Matthew John Lacouille. Anne-Marie Liska. Krista Jo Lisney. Heidi Ann Matthews. Amanda Jane Mayfield. Amy Lynn McLean. Constance Lynn McMahon. Derek Anthony Meekma. Thomas Thad Molitor. Jenny Miller. Carrie A. Neff. Jens Reed Nestigan. Shannon Joy Austin. Jeffrey John Poff. Rebecca Babette Repka. Paul Thomas Richard. Holly Ann Rundy. Alyssa Marie Ryan. Brandy Lee Santos. Christopher Bruce Schellinger. Casey Marie Schultz. Katie Jo Schumacher. Ashley Lynn Shannon. Wendy Jo Siegschlag. Michael Terry Skemp. Katie Lynn Smith. Jesse B. Spears. Cynthia K. Sprecher. Kristen K. Stumness. Melissa Susan Swayze. John Joseph Swetlick. Tara Ann Thomas. Kimberly Joe Thompson. Jonathan James Thorson. Margaret Jane Thrams. Joshua Paul Van Warmer. Jill Renee Vetter. Diana Lynn Vogt. Lacey Lynn Wagner. Heather R. Watruba. Kira D.M. Zellinger. Jane Ellen Zinn.
in Education. I congratulate you, and I give you best wishes. You may be seated.
Will the recipients of the master's degrees please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and representing the graduate faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degrees of Masters of Engineering, Master of Science, and Master of Science in Education from the School of Graduate Studies. Will the recipients please come forward? And I'll note for the audience as they are coming forward, you may want to look at page 26 in your program, because for each of the master's degree recipients, we will hood each recipient in kind of a tradition of the university.
Graciela Alcantara. Eric Paul Amway. Chadwick Biermeyer. Wendy Brook. Paul Christopher Burke. Jatwan Campbell Pinson. David W. Cox. Andrew J. DeRosia. Deborah Elvidge. Terrell Bernay Harris. Carolyn R. Ingram. Leslie Marie Keller. Marcus Laquan Marshall. Sharon Nida Medina. Peter J. Mihalik, Jr. Shane Gregory Miller. Tiffany D. Norflet. Robert L. Palmer. Tamara Lynn Rebstock. Tina Louise Riley. Sheila May Schulz. Sheila Nicole Urquhart. Gina Marie Pete. Brenda Sue Wasley. Joshua H. Varner. David L. Weigel. Hannah Carol Weigel.
On behalf of the graduate faculty, congratulations on this milestone in your education. Congratulations to each of you.
Please be seated. Dave is going to let you stay there all the rest of the time. This ceremony would not have been possible without the time and effort so generously given by a number of groups and individuals. The members of the commencement committee are listed in your program. Mr. Tom Waters, a professor of political science and a distinguished member of our faculty since 1965, was our commencement marshal. Tom, would you please stand and be recognized? Mr. Ed Deneen, the registrar, read the names of the graduates. The university ambassadors distributed programs and organized the activities. The symphony band director, Dan Fairchild, deserves our appreciation for the music accompanying today's ceremony. Will all of those individuals please rise once again so we can thank them as a group. As we say farewell to our graduates, I want to give you as graduates an opportunity to thank those that helped you at this university, our quality faculty and staff and faculty that are here today. Would the graduates please, and ask the faculty to rise, and the graduates please thank them for your support. Thank you very much. Today we recognize 3 colleagues who are retiring before the start of the second semester: Dr. Carol Lang, Dr. Gloria Stephenson, and Mr. Robert Stone. Together they have served over 50 years at this university, and we want to thank them for those years of service. We also want to thank a visiting faculty member, Dr. Tulin Guler, who came to us from Ankara in Turkey and was with us the first semester. And we'd like to thank her for her sharing her expertise and wishing her well in the future as well. Now I'd like the parents, grandparents, husbands, wife, children, and everyone else that's significant to please stand and let our graduates thank you for all of your help. Now this is the next test of your life. You have to turn to page 30 and sing the alma mater really well. Really well. Please stand. Would I please stand, please?
Alma mater, grand and glorious, we shall ever be victorious. Lord, are we to you, dear Platteville, and is and will be.
The BILSA graduates have to stay after and practice. The rest will be able to go home. The commencement ceremony has been videotaped and will be televised at 7 p.m. on channel Campus 5. And I do want everyone to remain seated until the faculty have left the gymnasium. The graduates can remain here and greet the parents, relatives, and friends in the gymnasium. Thanks, everyone. Great day.